Okay, so remember they're changing my voice. When you see the Spider-Man, the Superman, the Da Vinci, Vertuvi man, and they're in that position with their hands spread, their legs spread a certain way, trying to argue superior mind, body, soul, and spirit. Okay, obviously it's stupid. You know, if they're standing next to Michael Jordan, for example, those Harry Potter, Urkel, what have you, would you assume they have the superior mind, body, soul, and spirit? No. Do you think Africans played basketball for thousands of years and that's how Jordan got that shape? No. Everyone knows that the most athletic people in certain ways are the greatest warrior people. It says so in the Bible, right? Cush begot Nimrod. Nimrod was the first mighty warrior. Nimrod represents a group of people, a gene expression, a king, etc. Okay, that's how it's used in the Bible. Okay, so the Bible's saying black people are the mightiest people on the planet. It says in Nahum as well, where it says, uh, you know, Egypt, Cush and something else were her boundless strength, right? That these Africans have a strength that's boundless. And we see in Isaiah, it's 18 or 19, we're talking about Egypt and one of it was about Cush. They say an aggressive people of strange speech that's feared far and wide. Okay, boundless strength, fear far and wide. Uh, um, first mighty warrior before the Lord. Okay, and of course, Ham begot Mizraim, which is Egypt, and so you have the greatest ancient empire, right? Before Greece even came up was Egypt, and a lot of people would argue that Egypt was more of an oppressive empire than Greece, even though it was before. And the same thing with Rome. Rome had a lot of buildings and so on and so forth. There was interesting architecture there, but it doesn't have that kind of mystery in the architecture. It doesn't have certain elements that suggest inferior minds when it comes to urban planning, when it comes to artistic kind of this artistic sense and so on and so forth. Okay. Now, I'm not an architect. I don't care if I'm wrong about that. Fine, but that's neither here nor there. It doesn't change the overall point. So when we look at this gang stalking thing, right? We see what's going on in Florida, Hurricane Ian. I don't know anybody who's affected by that hurricane. Okay? I don't. The coronavirus, I don't know anybody who died from coronavirus and the president is saying it's over. I didn't die from coronavirus. I didn't get hospitalized. You see what I'm saying? And I'm targeted. So these people who basically worship the devil, they chose to live a pitiful kind of Babs Bunny groupie life where they play like a Barbie doll game where they pretend to be important. Talking about being empowered and sororities and fraternities and all these geeks and weirdos, assorted cowards, people who lost in life where it matters most, pretending that their job or their network makes them important, their race or religion or whatever they pretend. Okay? It's fucking pitiful. They're not facing the Inquisition if they serve God. Okay? They're facing gang stalking and a small chance of Inquisition. They're about as likely to be facing an Inquisition during gang stalking as, an Asian person is likely to be sex trafficked. There's some likelihood, okay? But, you could be struck by lightning too. You could die in a car accident. I mean, we're talking, folks, people who are evil to their very core and completely bitch made. You know what it means to be bitch made? It's when you're not a man. Virtue means man. And you're forged for generations with people without virtue. They bitched up. They bitched up. They're bitch forged for generations. Bitch made. Okay? So keep in mind, what they're saying when they pretend that I'm not the top martial artist is like saying, that Urkel or Harry Potter or whatever, okay, the average nerd in some fraternity, okay, is a greater basketball player than Jordan in his prime, right? It is fucking unbelievable, okay? They're nowhere near my caliber. They are bitch fucking made bitch ass motherfuckers that don't even honor the most righteous person that ever lived by rallying to me. There's no excuse for their behavior. It is fucking pitiful.